my last time telling you, nigga. Why y'all stupid ass little boys could get y'all self hurt behind a hoe? Man, I'm a gangster. I'm telling you like a man. I don't pay on a fake page. I ain't got that to do, man.
Welcome back to Buzzbuster. I'm glad you're here. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss daily videos. NBA YoungBoy just got finessed out of a $200,000 Lamborghini, and his whole name got dragged through the mud in front of millions. This wild drama kicked off when a random fake Twitter account with barely 600 followers managed to trick one of the biggest streamers on earth into thinking YoungBoy was messing with his girl. It sounds unreal, right? But what happened next had Kai Cenat's entire crew on edge. Pure chaos. They even pulled that boy Rocky straight out of Utah, thinking YoungBoy was about to show up and handle things in person. No cap, this situation spiraled out of control faster than anyone could blink, and the real story behind it, it's even crazier than what people saw online. The tweet that started this digital war between two entertainment powerhouses exploded with 17 million views in just 6 hours. 17 million!
I'm too G'd up, man. Like, you want a nigga to get a bitch so bad, I'm telling you, I don't even talk to her for these little weird ass hoes y'all been bringing up. I wouldn't dare even talk to them. Never spoke to them. Keep in those, man.
But behind all that noise, nobody saw what really went down behind the scenes and why NBA YoungBoy is standing tall, ready to defend his name no matter what. At that point, Kai Cenat was running the streaming world. He was smashing records, collabing with big names, and building an empire that most people could only dream of. Meanwhile, his girlfriend, Gabrielle, aka Gigi Leah, was out here living it up, dropping flashy vlogs, showing off her luxury lifestyle, and asking Kai for Christmas gifts that cost more than some folks' yearly salary. But while she was shining for the cameras, something was brewing in the background. According to DJ Academics, YoungBoy had actually been watching Kai's streams and respecting his grind, which is major because YoungBoy doesn't give props to just anyone. When he shows love, it means something real. But as YoungBoy quietly showed respect, Kai and Gigi's relationship was already falling apart. The red flags were flashing loud and clear, and everyone saw it except Kai.
For best stream collab is Kai Cenat and LeBron James!
Kai was out here opening up his soul, talking about his mental health struggles during award shows, telling fans, "I just want to say to you guys tonight, really take care of your mental health. I just noticed it recently. I've just been going through things in my head." He was being real, raw emotions on stage. But while Kai was pouring his heart out, his girl was online smiling like nothing was wrong, posting how blessed and amazing her life was. Total opposite vibes. Now here's where it gets crazy. Months before all this, Gigi went live and started describing her dream man, and the way she said it had everybody in shock. When someone asked her to build her ideal man like a 2K character, she said he gotta be like 6'1", got waves, I love me a little, waves, nice body, works out, looks nice, light skin, he's an artist, he makes music. That's my dream man. Let's break that down because the internet sure did. She said 6'1", Kai is 5'5". She said light skin with waves, Kai is dark skin with dreads. She wanted a musician, Kai's a streamer. Basically, she described NBA YoungBoy word for word. That should have been the biggest red flag waving in Kai's face. But love makes you blind sometimes. And if that wasn't wild enough, Gigi's own mother jumped into the mix. She went online posting videos calling out her daughter and warning Kai about her behavior. Her mom literally said on camera, "I sent Gabrielle to her dad. She tripping, acting wild, disobedient. And Gabrielle, you know you don't want me to post the stuff you was doing, and I won't. But if I did, Mr. Kai Cenat, you know, baby, the woman that you in love with, that's me." That's straight from her own mother's mouth. When your girl's mom is out here publicly saying her daughter's putting on an act, that's your sign to run for your life. But Kai was too deep in it, caught up in love, unable to see what everyone else already noticed clear as day. The people close to him could feel that bad energy building. The whole vibe was toxic, and folks around Kai kept warning him about Gigi's real side. But when you're young, rich, and at the top of the game, it's hard to tell who's truly looking out for you and who's just hating on your success. Then, right before Christmas, Gigi dropped the wildest wish list anyone's ever seen.
Wagon, black, pink interior. It's very detailed. I just feel like, you know, for safety reasons, I did want a pink outside, but for safety reasons, I just feel like maybe it should be pink in the inside.
How much?
How much the car?
Yeah.
Not that much.
How much?
Not that much. I don't know. It's not that much though. I promise. It's not that much. Like, it's not a lot.
And she did it on stream. It had everyone's jaw on the floor. Gigi went all out with her Christmas wish list, and it was straight up outrageous. She asked for a pink G-Wagon priced between $200,000 and $300,000, a pink crocodile Birkin bag worth up to $350,000, frosted Audemars Piguet watch worth $88,000, plus diamond earrings, Louis Vuitton bags, Chanel wallets, and more, adding up to nearly $1 million in gifts. And the craziest part, she kept saying stuff like, "It's not that much, it's not a lot," like it was nothing. That's next level boldness. That right there showed her mindset loud and clear. She didn't see Kai as her man, she saw him as a money machine. People close to the situation even said she acted like his generosity was something she deserved, not something to appreciate. But when Kai didn't buy that pink G-Wagon for Christmas, that's when everything started crumbling. Reports started floating around saying Gigi had already been flying out with other men early in their relationship, getting flown out, spoiled with gifts, and living a double life behind Kai's back. Eventually, Kai caught wind of it, and that's when the real drama exploded. According to several sources, what happened next exposed just how deep the betrayal ran and who was pulling strings behind the scenes. When Kai confronted Gigi about the other men, she didn't admit a thing. Instead, she flipped the whole script, gaslighting him like crazy. She started acting like he was the problem, twisting everything around to make him doubt himself. Even though her actions looked super suspicious, she refused to take any accountability. And from that moment, things took a wild turn that nobody saw coming. Out of nowhere, a fake Twitter account called Fendi with barely 600 followers dropped a post that set the whole internet on fire. The tweet claimed there were rumors that Kai's girlfriend Gigi was cheating on him with NBA YoungBoy, supposedly based on something DJ Academic said during a live stream. The internet went nuts. People started tagging everyone, and the story blew up instantly. But here's the wild plot twist. DJ Academics never said that. The whole thing was 100% fake. Academics even went online to clear it up himself, saying, "How y'all read a headline that says Academics reported that Kai's girlfriend is cheating on him with YoungBoy, and I supposedly said it on a live stream?" He was baffled. The rumor wasn't just false, it was the spark that turned this messy love story into a full-blown online explosion. DJ Academics was stunned. He said, "I do this for 15,000 people every night, but there's not one clip of me saying that."
I spread awareness on mental health and how important it is to take care of yourself. And honestly, for the past few months, I've been struggling with mental health out of self-doubt and fright of pursuing goals that I really want to achieve.
Yet even with his denial, people still ran with the rumor. The fake tweet racked up over 3.6 million views, spreading chaos all over the internet like wildfire. Anyone using common sense could tell it was fake, but by that point, the damage was already done. Behind the scenes, Kai was losing it. Sources say he actually believed the rumor. And remember, he was already struggling mentally, dealing with stress, pressure, and self-doubt that came with fame. So when that tweet blew up, it hit him hard. Instead of taking a moment to breathe, fact-checking, or even calling academics to confirm, Kai made a move that shocked everyone. He went on Twitter and dropped a bombshell post, "I'm single. I'll never be in another relationship again." That tweet exploded. Within just 6 hours, it had over 17 million views. The whole internet went crazy. Comments flooded in and people were ruthless. One person wrote, "Right after Christmas too? Hope she kept her parting gifts." And honestly, that wasn't even far off, because Gigi had just moved into a luxury Atlanta penthouse that Kai likely paid for. But that wasn't even the wildest part. What came next turned a breakup into a full-blown online battle. According to Academics, NBA YoungBoy tried to personally call Kai to clear everything up. He wanted to tell him, man to man, that he never messed with his girl. He was trying to squash the fake drama and show respect. But Kai? He straight up refused to answer the call. YoungBoy was completely confused. He was like, why won't this dude talk to me? I never even dealt with his girl, and now he won't even let me explain? He didn't understand how things had gone this far. But later, academics revealed the real reason Kai wouldn't pick up the call, and it showed just how deep his hurt ran. Academics explained Kai literally turned down speaking to him because in his head, why would I talk to the guy who messed with my girl? He could gaslight me about it. Kai thought if he answered that call, YoungBoy might just twist the story and make him doubt what he already believed. He didn't want to be manipulated, not again. But that one choice ended up costing everyone way more than Kai could have imagined, because by then, the story wasn't just drama, it was everywhere. Millions of fans, gossip blogs, and even big media pages were spreading wild theories non-stop. The situation had officially spun out of control, and nobody could tell what was real anymore. Nobody really knew the full truth. Only a handful of people actually involved did. But by then, the damage was deep, and things were about to go from bad to worse. On the exact day the internet exploded with rumors, NBA YoungBoy was in Utah putting together what was supposed to be the collab of the year. According to DJ Academic's exclusive report, YoungBoy had actually flown out Rocky, one of Kai's close friends and an up-and-coming streamer, to Utah for a secret stream that was meant to break the internet. This moment could have changed Rocky's whole career overnight. But what makes it wild is that YoungBoy wasn't just planning a chill hangout or a regular live stream, he had something huge up his sleeve. Academics revealed, "Yo, I wanted to do a stream with him and surprise him." I asked, "What do you mean?" And he said, "I got that boy a URA US." That's right, YoungBoy had actually bought a Lamborghini Urus worth over $200,000 as a surprise gift. Crazy, right? But here's where it gets even more meaningful, the reason behind it. YoungBoy had seen a stream where somebody gave Rocky a toy car instead of a real one as a joke, and he thought that was straight up disrespectful, so he decided to step in and do something real. He told academics, if you're gonna give him a gift, give him a real gift. That's the kind of person NBA YoungBoy really is. When he shows love for real. We're talking about a multi-platinum artist, one of the biggest names in rap, ready to drop $200K on a kid he barely even knew, just because he respected his hustle.
Her dog to go run behind Kai, leaving him in the house for 12 to 15 hours a day, pissing and shitting all in my $1 million house. I did snap out on her. She has no respect, no regard for what I'm going through. Oh, you gonna do what you did last time, just move in with a man. Cool, got it. Not mad. But for you to sit there and be like, yeah, you asked me to live with you, I told you no. You are so hurtful. And when he was cheating or caught cheating, I took up for y'all. I took up for you. I stood by you. I said, Gabrielle.
That's rare energy right there. Everything was lined up perfectly. Rocky was already in Utah, the Lamborghini was ready, and cameras were likely being set up for what was about to be a legendary stream. It could have been the biggest moment of Rocky's life, the type of break that only happens once in a career.
But then, just when everything was about to go down, things took a hard left turn. Academics went online and mentioned that YoungBoy wasn't happy about Kai ignoring his calls. That one statement flipped the whole mood instantly. Suddenly, what was supposed to be a heartwarming, career-changing collab turned into more chaos, the kind of drama nobody saw coming. Kai's team went into full panic mode. They started thinking NBA YoungBoy might actually be mad, maybe even dangerous. They worried he could take out his anger on Rocky, since Rocky was the one out in Utah with him. So according to DJ Academics, Kai's team literally pulled Rocky out of Utah mid-trip. They told YoungBoy that Rocky suddenly had a photo shoot and had to leave immediately, but that was just a cover story. The truth? Kai's camp honestly believed YoungBoy could be a threat to Rocky's safety. They were convinced that YoungBoy was furious over Kai ignoring his calls and might snap. Meanwhile, from YoungBoy's side, everything was totally calm. He was just chilling, thinking everything was fine, wondering why'd Rocky dip like that. He had no idea his kindness was being mistaken for danger. Academics later broke it all down, calling the situation completely ridiculous. it was a total misunderstanding, something that could have been one of the biggest, most legendary collabs on the internet turned into one of the craziest miscommunications in online history. Kai's team got so spooked that they told Rocky to pack up and leave Utah immediately. He bailed on the stream out of nowhere, just dipped with no explanation. NBA YoungBoy had no clue what was happening. One minute, Rocky was right there, ready to stream. The next minute, he was gone. Kai's crew truly believed YoungBoy might lash out, which honestly made no sense. Like, seriously, you really think YoungBoy's gonna harm a young streamer over some fake internet rumor? That's wild. The irony of the whole thing is unreal. While Kai's people were convinced YoungBoy was plotting something, the man was actually planning to gift their boy a $200,000 Lamborghini Urus. That's not danger, that's straight up generosity. The whole thing became a masterclass in paranoia and miscommunication. Two sides reading the same story completely differently. When YoungBoy finally found out the real reason Rocky left, he was hurt, genuinely disappointed. According to academics, YoungBoy said, "So they thought I was gonna do something to a kid? What?" He couldn't believe it. The man was confused and frustrated that anyone would even imagine him hurting someone, especially over a fake rumor from the internet. And that's when the real bombshell dropped. An investigation started digging into how this entire mess even began, and what they found shocked everyone. The truth behind that mysterious Twitter account wasn't just random gossip. It exposed secrets nobody was ready for. The fake page that kicked everything off, 100% bogus, just some random clout-chasing page trying to farm engagement. It had around 600 followers, no verification, zero credibility, and still somehow managed to wreck relationships, spark beef between two of the biggest names online, and cost people hundreds of thousands of dollars. Insane, right? But once people started digging deeper into Kai and Gigi's relationship, things took an even darker turn. Sources close to the couple said Gigi had been acting shady long before the NBA YoungBoy rumors ever surfaced. Word was she'd been getting flown out by other dudes early in the relationship, guys with money who spoiled her with gifts, showed her off, and treated her like she wasn't already taken. When Kai eventually found out, instead of owning up, Gigi flipped the whole story again. She spun it right back on him, calling him paranoid, controlling, and insecure. Classic manipulation. That's textbook toxic behavior, doing wrong and then making the real victim question their own sanity. She made Kai feel like he was the one losing it when he was just trying to get the truth. Even Kai's assistant, Bree, who's always been known for staying professional and never stepping into drama, couldn't stay quiet this time. Right after the breakup went public, she hopped online and dropped a string of trash can emojis. That tiny post spoke volumes. For someone like Bree, who's seen everything behind the scenes, to post something like that, it said Gigi's actions must have been really bad. After that, the internet exploded with conversation. Everyone started talking. Fans, blogs, even insiders. People were piecing together timelines, screenshots, and rumors, trying to figure out what really went down. And the deeper they looked, the messier it got. More stories about Gigi's real character started surfacing, and the stuff people found had everyone's jaws on the floor. What once looked like a perfect, luxury-filled love story was actually built on lies, manipulation, and secrets that were finally bubbling to the surface. And when investigators online dug into Gigi's past, everything suddenly started to make sense. Turns out she was raised around the industry, and not just anywhere, but by someone already known in those circles as a master manipulator, chasing fame and money. That revelation flipped the entire narrative. The world started realizing that this drama wasn't just random chaos. It was part of a pattern that had been playing out long before Kai ever entered the picture. Gigi's mom, a woman in her 40s, was still out here chasing celebs and athletes for clout, living that fast, flashy lifestyle. When you grow up seeing that kind of behavior, it starts to feel normal, like a family tradition built around chasing fame and money instead of real love. And the wildest part? Her own mom was the one who exposed her. She went online and dropped videos revealing Gigi's true personality. She straight up said that Gigi's whole sweet, God-fearing Christian girl act was completely fake, that her daughter was just copying her moves to fool Kai. That's next-level, cold-blooded manipulation. Pretending to be innocent and loyal while secretly running the same playbook her mom had used for years. But while all that messy family drama was unfolding, NBA YoungBoy was fighting a completely different storm. His name was getting dragged through the mud for something he never even did. According to DJ Academics, YB was genuinely hurt by the situation, not just because of the lies, but because he actually respected Kai and wanted to show him love, not steal his girl. The fallout was brutal, emotionally and financially. That Utah collab could have been one of the biggest streams in internet history, a crossover moment between rap and gaming culture that fans would have talked about for years. The views, the clips, the viral moments, all gone in a flash because of one fake tweet. And the loss wasn't just emotional, it was expensive. YB was out over $200,000 on the Lamborghini Urus he bought as a surprise gift for Kai's friend. That's no small amount, even for a chart-topping artist like YoungBoy. He had already paid for the car, planned the big reveal, and lined up everything perfectly, but all of it went to waste because of a made-up rumor and pure miscommunication. Meanwhile, Kai was falling apart behind the scenes. His mental health took a massive hit. He'd already been fighting self-doubt, burnout, and pressure from fame, and then this entire situation crashed down on him all at once. Heartbreak, betrayal, and public humiliation all playing out in front of millions of people. Every move he made was being analyzed online, every rumor twisted and shared like it was fact. People were debating his private life while he was just trying to stay afloat. What started as one fake tweet turned into a digital storm that wrecked trust, ruined opportunities, and left both Kai and YB caught in chaos they never asked for. By the time the truth finally started to shine through all the chaos, it was already too late. The fake rumor had done its damage, costing everyone money, relationships, reputations, and once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. But even after all that, the fallout wasn't done. It came in waves, one after another, each one messier than the last. Gigi tried to grab control of the story, posting on her Instagram story, "I left. Now you want to get on the internet and rush to paint a false narrative about me off a fake Twitter post. That's insane." But by then, it didn't matter. The internet had already chosen sides. Receipts were flying everywhere, screenshots dropping non-stop, and the timeline was filled with people exposing everything they knew. What started as one fake tweet had spiraled into a multi-million-dollar disaster, and now the truth was finally starting to shine through all the chaos. Gigi doubled down, going online again to defend herself, saying, "I've never cheated on him, and you know that. I never dealt with that man. Play that sympathetic role somewhere else, please." But that post only made things worse. First off, she basically admitted she left the relationship, which completely went against her earlier claim that Kai dumped her. And the part where she told Kai to stop playing the sympathy role while the man was clearly struggling with mental health, that hit people the wrong way instantly. Fans saw right through her tone. It came off cold and defensive when empathy was what everyone expected. The comments under her post got brutal. People started digging hard. Old screenshots, old posts, old videos, everything from her past was being dragged back into the spotlight. And what they found? It completely destroyed the image she'd been trying to protect. Her whole digital footprint was being exposed, and it wasn't a good look. People uncovered old comments where she'd been openly thirsting over NBA YoungBoy, saying things like "YoungBoy is bae" and "NBA YoungBoy make you move." Those old posts hit like bombs because they directly contradicted everything she just said about never dealing with him. It didn't take long for the internet to put two and two together. Suddenly, her words didn't sound so honest anymore. The whole loyal, loving girlfriend image she'd built up was collapsing right there in real time in front of millions of people. Her own digital history was telling a different story, and there was no way to hide it anymore. What she'd posted years ago became the evidence that tore down her defense. And while Kai stayed mostly silent, the world was watching her reputation crumble piece by piece. Once people started connecting the dots, the truth finally came into focus. But by then, everyone involved was already paying the price. Each person took a different kind of hit, and the lessons were tough.
For Kai, this whole situation became a brutal life lesson.
He learned the hard way about trusting the wrong people, believing rumors before checking facts, and how one misunderstanding can cost you everything. His name, his peace, even his friendships, all tested because of one lie. But through all the chaos, Kai grew stronger. He realized that fame comes with noise, and not everyone smiling in your face is rooting for you behind the scenes. For NBA YoungBoy, it was another painful reminder of how fake news can wreck a reputation in seconds. Even when your only goal is to show love, give back, and spread positivity. All he wanted to do was surprise someone and support the culture, and instead, he got dragged into drama he never asked for. Still, he handled it with maturity, proving that real ones don't need to shout. The truth always finds its way out. And for Gigi, it was the ultimate reality check. Proof that your actions always catch up with you, no matter how long you try to hide them, and that the internet never forgets. Everything she thought was private became public, and every move she made got replayed and analyzed by millions. Her story turned into a warning about what happens when you play games with people's trust in the digital era. This whole mess changed how people looked at social media rumors and their real-world impact. Think about it. One fake Twitter account with just 600 followers managed to destroy relationships, cost people hundreds of thousands of dollars, create unnecessary beef between two men who actually respected each other, and rob fans of what could have been legendary content. That's wild. The fallout didn't just shake streaming, it shook the hip-hop world too. After this, content creators, rappers, and influencers started moving differently. Everyone became way more cautious about what they shared, reposted, or believed online. The message was clear. Misinformation isn't just gossip, it's dangerous. It hits real people with real emotions, real reputations, and real money on the line. In the end, what began as a single fake tweet turned into a cultural wake-up call. A reminder that in today's digital world, a lie can move faster than the truth and leave real damage behind. But after the chaos finally settled, something interesting happened. Collaborations between rappers and streamers didn't stop, they actually grew. The bridge between music and streaming got stronger, but now everyone moved smarter. People learned to double-check stories, verify leaks, and avoid jumping into online drama without proof. The wild saga between Kai Cenat and NBA YoungBoy turned into a full-blown cautionary tale, a story that showed just how important communication and fact-checking really are. It proved that one moment of miscommunication can spiral into madness if you let the internet control the narrative. In the end, Kai's legacy didn't just survive, it evolved. He came out wiser, more grounded, and more focused on protecting his peace. Fans saw his vulnerability, his humanity, and connected with him on a deeper level. The young king took his hits, but he stood tall through the storm. And the entire streaming world took notes. After seeing what Kai went through, creators began speaking more openly about mental health, burnout, and the emotional toll that comes with being in the spotlight. This wasn't just internet drama anymore. It became a turning point for how the culture treats rumors, truth, and the people behind the screens. Kai's honesty about his struggles, especially while Gigi was online brushing off his feelings, sparked real conversations about how people treat creators. His openness reminded everyone that behind the streams, cameras, and jokes, there's a human being dealing with pressure, burnout, and emotions just like anyone else. Instead of tearing creators down, fans started talking about lifting them up. As for NBA YoungBoy, his reputation took a temporary hit at first, but once the truth surfaced, the narrative flipped completely. People finally saw his real intentions. He was never the villain, he was the one trying to show love. The fact that he was willing to drop $200,000 on a surprise car for someone he barely even knew said everything about his heart. Loyal, generous, genuine. YB wasn't trying to start beefs, he was trying to build bridges. Meanwhile, Gigi's behavior turned into a classic example of what not to do. Using relationships for clout, attention, and luxury always backfires in the end.
asking for nearly $1 million in gifts, showing off a perfect lifestyle online while your man is quietly battling mental health struggles, then flipping the script when it all falls apart? That's not power, that's pure self-sabotage. Her story became a flashing red warning sign for anyone chasing fame instead of real connection. Now, Kai's back to doing what he does best, grinding and growing. He's streaming again, leveling up and taking care of his mind. He's learned to keep his circle tight, protect his energy, and not let fake drama block his blessings. He's still young, still rich, and still supported by millions who saw how he handled the storm with maturity and growth. As painful as the situation was, it probably saved him from even bigger problems later.
And NBA YoungBoy? He's still out here dropping hits, staying low-key, and steering clear of the unnecessary chaos. This whole saga proved that he's not the monster the internet tried to paint him as. He's a real one who got caught in someone else's mess. The fact that he was ready to hand a young streamer a $200,000 Lamborghini Urus, no strings attached, says everything about his character. As for Rocky, he might have missed out on what would have been the surprise of a lifetime, but the lessons from this moment hit harder than any gift ever could. That missed opportunity changed how everyone in the game moves, from streamers to rappers. Everyone took notes, because in the digital world, one lie can spread faster than truth ever could. But the truth always finds a way to fight its way through. This whole saga became a massive lesson about communication, trust, and how quickly online rumors can destroy something real. And that Lamborghini, the one that could have made streaming history, became a symbol of what was lost, the most expensive missed opportunity the internet's ever seen. And to think, all of this chaos happened because of one fake Twitter account and a massive miscommunication. Just one lie from an unverified page with barely any followers managed to set off one of the wildest online dramas of the year. Even DJ Academics got caught in the crossfire, taking heat he didn't deserve. He learned firsthand how powerful and dangerous his platform can be when people twist his words and spin fake stories for clout. Even though he never said what that phony account claimed, his name still got dragged into the mess, proving that anyone can become a victim of online misinformation. The internet doesn't wait for facts, it just runs with whatever sounds juicy. The real lesson behind this entire saga? It's about the dangerous power of fake news in the social media era. One tweet from an account with no verification, no credibility, and no real followers caused real-life damage to real people. It cost NBA YoungBoy over $200,000, destroyed Kai's relationship, created unnecessary tension between two people who should have been collaborating, robbed fans of what could have been legendary content, and dragged multiple reputations through the dirt, all for nothing. And the craziest part? It all could have been avoided if someone had just picked up the phone and talked it out. That's it. One honest conversation could have stopped everything before it spiraled out of control. But instead, people believed what they saw online, and the internet ran wild with it. No proof, no facts, just chaos. That's the sad truth of today's digital world. Fake news moves faster than facts, and the fallout hits hard. The emotional toll, the financial loss, the embarrassment, it's all very real, and it can happen to anyone. Even now, people are still talking about this situation, and for good reason. It's become the perfect example of how social media can ruin lives when people don't verify information before reacting. It exposed how easily stories can be twisted and how quickly the public can turn based on lies and screenshots taken out of context. And it also showed something deeper, how toxic behavior can flip an entire narrative. Gigi's actions throughout this mess made her true character impossible to hide. Her dismissive attitude toward Kai's mental health, her attempts to control the story, and her constant habit of playing the victim turned the internet against her fast. People saw straight through the act. What started as sympathy for her quickly turned into backlash once the receipts dropped and her patterns became clear. Because once your reputation is gone online, rebuilding it is almost impossible. This entire saga became more than just gossip. It became a real-world warning, a reminder that behind every tweet, post, and rumor are real people with real consequences.
And sometimes, one fake story is all it takes to destroy everything you've built. Even if Gigi ends up with someone richer or more famous, that dark cloud will always follow her. To most people now, she'll forever be remembered as the girl who allegedly used Kai Cenat, broke his heart, and ruined what could have been a powerful friendship between him and NBA YoungBoy. That's a heavy legacy to carry, and one nobody would ever want attached to their name. But this story didn't just shake up gossip blogs or flood timelines. It left a real mark on the entertainment world. After everything that went down, artists, streamers, and influencers started moving way smarter. People began fact-checking before reacting, watching what they post, and realizing that one fake account chasing clout can cause real damage to real lives. Because in this digital age, a few clicks for engagement can destroy months, even years of hard work, trust, and reputation, all for a little online attention. At its core, this story isn't just about a messy breakup or a rumor that went viral. It's about loyalty, truth, and the high price of believing lies online. It's about learning to recognize toxic energy before it poisons your peace, and understanding that mental health and honest communication matter more than flexing on social media. It's about surrounding yourself with real ones, people who'll stand by you when everything's falling apart, not just when the spotlight's bright. Because if this whole saga proved anything, it's that in the world of social media, trust is rare, the truth moves slow, and one fake tweet can cost you everything.
So next time you see a wild rumor trending online, pause for a second and ask yourself, is this real, or is this just another fake account chasing clout and trying to ruin somebody's life? And the next time someone slides into your DMs or your life asking for $1 million in gifts and calling it love, think about Gigi and run the other way. And if you ever find yourself caught in some beef or wild misunderstanding, don't ever let the internet decide your story for you. Pick up the phone, have a real conversation, and clear things up before it spirals. That's the biggest lesson hiding behind all this madness. Talk before you tweet. Communication can save friendships, reputations, and peace of mind. Hopefully, people take notes from this chaos so something like it never happens again. But let's be real, this is the internet. The cycle never really stops. Somewhere right now, another fake account is already plotting its next viral lie, waiting to stir up drama just for views, likes, and engagement. So stay sharp, verify your sources, and protect your peace. Watch who you let into your circle, because not everything that trends is true, and not everyone smiling in your face wants to see you win. The online world moves fast, but your peace of mind is worth more than any viral moment. Sometimes, the biggest scandals on the internet come from the smallest lies, and the fallout hits harder than anyone ever expects. The situation between Kai Cenat and NBA YoungBoy will forever go down as one of the most unnecessary internet beefs in history. A full-blown storm born from one fake tweet and a world that believes headlines faster than facts. So, next time you see a wild rumor blowing up online, think twice before you repost, react, or comment. Ask yourself, is this the truth or just another lie designed to go viral? Stay grounded, stay smart, and always keep your focus on the facts, because no matter how fast lies spread, the truth always fights its way out. And if you've been keeping up with this crazy story, drop your thoughts below. Do you think this whole situation could have been avoided? Share, like, and let's keep the conversation going, because learning from this might just stop the next digital disaster before it starts.